August 28, that the nation and a large portion of the world heard the one who has been dubbed as the 20th century Moses deliver a speech that at the time it seemed that we as African American people would never forget. How quickly we have forgotten. How our ancestors and some of us who are in this room felt the blunt of the hand of racism in a way that's indescribable.
Yes.
I remember it well. In fact, I'm not ashamed to say, rather I thank God that I'm able to say I was 13 years old.
Yes.
And I want you, if you will, just in commemoration of that time, make it your business to revisit that speech and look at the violence that was being thrust upon us.
Yes.
And ask ourselves, where is the violence coming from now? God from Zion. We kill each other more.
Yes, yes.
We hurt each other more.
Yes.
We fight each other more than anyone that's fighting against us. This is not my shamanic word for the day, but how well I remember in Lake City, Reverend Roosevelt, the sirens on the fire station, the whistle, as the older folks would say, would blow. On a Saturday evening when we were downtown or uptown Lake City. And that meant that the clans, the Ku Klux Klans, were coming through the streets. And they would ride with their hoods. I saw that through the streets. And sometimes antagonize folks in their own home until folks started fighting back. Now you have to ask, when have you seen such lately? Then I want to ask you, who's hurting us? And I'll leave that alone. Couldn't let 50 years go by on something that I witnessed without saying a word to the congregations where I serve. Because some don't know the story, or they wouldn't behave in the fashion that they do. We sang the song, "You Don't Know My Story." But we don't want to know the story. All we want is our own personal glory. But it doesn't work like that. And if I may borrow a line from one of our old spirituals, you'll understand it better by and by.
Yes.
There is a word in Matthew's Gospel, chapter 12, beginning at verse 33. Remembering, please, the passages that you've just heard coming from the lectionary reading for today. from the Old Testament and the Gospel, but this word has been given me for this occasion. Verse 33 of chapter 12. Here is what it says. Make the tree good, and its fruit good, and its fruit will be good. Or make the tree bad, and its fruit will be bad. For a tree is known by its fruits. I lift that line as the Bible. A tree is known by its fruits. I read two conflicting surveys taken some time ago concerning the number of words that the average human being speaks in a single day. One source said that we use an average of 16,000 words a day. That same source argued that women were more vocal than men, and that women use some 16,600, while men use only 7,500. I hasten to say that source is not Mack, McClam. The source out of University of California said something totally different. Went up to 20,000 words a day on an average. I cannot tell you which one's right and which one's wrong. I do not know. But if we just pick a number somewhere between those two and say that we use an average of 10,000 words a day, just men and women, then how many words would we use every 5 days? Probably enough to write a 200-page book. Probably. If that would be the average, then about every 5 weeks, we could write 73 books. Words. Words. You do the math for how many words you would use in your lifetime. How many books could be published in your lifetime? What's the point, preacher? What are you using the words for? This passage talks about being careless with the words that comes forth from you. And I'm here to tell you That if you don't believe there's power in that, you just keep on living.
All right. God bless you.
Be careful.
Amen.
I'm not talking to you, I'm talking to us. Be careful at the words that you use.
Yes. All right now. Yes.
Well, you see, everything in the Bible is connected, you know. Jesus didn't just randomly start talking about trees and fruits.
All right.
If you read above that, he's dealing still with the argument that I dealt with last Sunday. You remember me telling you about this woman that was bent over?
Yes. All right.
And as soon as Jesus straightened her up, a leader in the synagogue began to talk to the congregation and say, you have 6 days on which to work. In other words, if you want to be healed, it's in the book. Come on one of those days, but not the Sabbath. He didn't even look at Jesus. But he got up right after Jesus had done something that he couldn't do and told the folks, don't come back here. If you want to be healed, come Monday through Saturday. And there ain't nothing going on Sunday. Lord help me.
All right.
So here the argument is being continued about the Sabbath day. And Jesus is again teaching, telling folks at least 2 things from this passage. When we hear the words, tree is known by its fruits, we need to know that Jesus is more concerned about the fruit than he is about the tree. The tree was made to produce the fruit. If you think I'm wrong on that, read in the gospel until you find where Jesus came upon a barren fig tree.
All right. Yes, sir.
The tree was alive and looked leafy. But at close examination, it was found that the tree had no fruit. Lord help me.
Amen. God bless you.
The word said Jesus cursed the tree. And it withered and died. A good-looking tree with no fruit won't feed anybody.
That's right. Amen.
Lord help me here.
Yes, sir.
Let us hear Jesus' words concerning himself. He's not talking about you or me.
All right.
If we can keep that straight, maybe we can hear the words of the text.
All right.
He is addressing the Pharisees who are always trying to follow the letter of the law that they are not really following themselves.
That's right. Right now, that's that.
But Jesus said, I've heard that, but I want you to hear this concerning me.
Yes.
Jesus said, if you want to judge me, either make me good or make me bad. That's what the Lord says. Not about you, and not about me, but about himself. Christ is saying, if you're going to judge me,
Yes, sir.
make me one or the other.
Amen.
Don't do the limpid dance,
Come on, preacher.
flowing back and forth between 2 opinions. You know how some folks are. You're good depending on what day it is. You're good if you heal my body, but you're bad if you heal my enemy's body. Make up your mind, Jesus Now you know by now I grew up on the farm.
Lord, yes.
And all that work I did on the farm, I have yet to pick cotton from a tobacco stock. Hallelujah. I have yet to gather cucumbers from a tomato vine. I have yet to see apples growing on an orange tree. A tree is known by its fruit.
Yes, sir.
Not its looks, not its words, but its fruit.
All right, sir.
Huh?
Yes, sir.
Everybody talking about heaven.
Lord have mercy. Come on, Reverend. Come on. Go ahead.
Everybody singing about heaven. Everybody teaching, everybody preaching, everybody praying about heaven. Ain't going there. Because some of us can talk good talk. But we think nobody sees our walk. We don't have to see your walk. There is somebody that knows every step you take and why you take it. Oh, yes, sir. And it's not mine.
All right.
You know, I noticed on Dorchester Road as they're putting up all the stuff, there are cameras already in place
All right.
before the stoplights are. The government know more about you than you think. Huh?
Okay, yes, sir.
And so does your neighbor.
All right.
You go crazy trying to figure out what everybody knows.
Lord, sir. Yes, sir. God bless you.
Huh?
All right.
Cars talking back to you. Phones talking noise to you. Huh?
That's right.
You'd be surprised. But God knows every thought, every action.
Lord have mercy.
But then God knows something else. He knows every motive behind every action and behind every thought. And I want to tell you that the tree is either good or it's bad.
Yes, sir.
So it makes you wonder, why do you keep running to diseased trees looking for healthy fruit? Wish I had help. Why on earth do you try to pick good fruit from a tree that you know is bad? It's not going to bear it. No matter how long you run there, it's not going to bear it. You know why? Let's give me some grandma wisdom.
Go ahead.
You can't squeeze blood out of turnip. Why, preacher? Because it ain't in there. So there is no good in you. How in the world can it come out? If it's not there, it's not there.
Hallelujah.
This is the truth, my son.
All right.
One point is your words reveal
All right.
who you are, whether you like it or not. Your words reveal who you are.
Yes, sir.
Everybody in here, your words reveal
Yes.
who you are.
Amen.
If your words are bad,
All right.
then you better check yourself. If your words are good with a bad motive, you better check yourself. You know, this gospel is something. It would be all right if I could just take it and preach to somebody, but no, I have to preach to everybody, including myself. But thank God Almighty, when nobody else knows what kind of tree you are, God knows what kind of tree you are, because God made you the tree that you are. And we all came here wrong. Yes, sir. Yes, ma'am. We all came here wrong.
All right.
Therefore, if we don't get right somewhere on this journey, out of the abundance of the heart, the mouth speaks. And if you don't believe that, it'll speak so quickly sometimes that you can have all the Holy Ghost in the world. And if I follow you out to the car and you slam your finger in the door, I will not be responsible for what you see. This thing is quick.